Hi guys, and welcome back to Wobbly Rick's livestream. Wobbly Rick was supposed to be playing a different game, but I can't seem to find the correct batteries, or any of the batteries that I had lined up for this particular setup. So, until I can figure out what to do, until further notice, there's nothing that I could do about the creation of certain products. So for anybody wondering about that function, I wouldn't know how to explain it to you. I just like wake up in the middle of the night or whatever. Like I'm able to sleep and whatever. To some extension I'm able to sleep, but it's not entirely permanent either. Okay, well I don't care, Samsung. I don't know why the hell you'd question that information for. The hell is the damn business to you? I got a better idea. How about I put my big wheel up your ass, Samsung? Maybe that'll make you feel happy. Okay, now for anybody wondering, the last time I remember there being an airdrop, it was sometime way over there on the other side. I know I didn't go get it, so...
Have you got the dukes? Now that you have some money to spend, we're running a 10% off sale for the rest of the day.
Oh, really? Well, let me take a look then. Nope, there ain't no 10% off. I don't see it. You said 10% off. This is still that, and this is still 8,000.
You should stock up on medical supplies. There's a zombie apocalypse out there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
You need some work? I had a good feeling about you.
Yeah, you got a good feeling about me. Well, if you do, you can give Wobbly a bit of rack action. Yeah, I have a good feeling about you. Yeah, you got a good feeling about the brownies that were there too, right? You know, the lettuce brownies. No, if I'm not mistaken, the airdrop had fallen this direction from whenever I was over there in the town area, so we'll have to ride the bike around this direction, unfortunately. Because the airdrop had fallen out here. Remember the last place I was at was way over there. There we go. Look at that. I got the airdrop. Told you. I was lucky my brain was right on the money with the airdrop location, because sometimes I'm not very good at keeping that entirely in check. Ooh, it's rank 5. Keep my current handgun or get my rank 5 pipe pistol action going. So let's take a look at my current damage. You got this pistol, you got this one. This one does 35.8, holds 6 rounds. This one is only slightly more powerful with a better effective range. Just keep it as a close second, though. You know, for the developers of 7 Days to Die, they really should, you know, include at least a little bit of story. Because it does just give you sort of like a Fallout New Vegas-esque sort of setup. And when I say setup, I literally mean like, when I say Fallout New Vegas sort of setup, I mean like, you get a little bit of an idea of what's going on in Vegas, in Fallout New Vegas, but not entirely the whole picture. It's just like for anybody wondering, like, in Fallout New Vegas, you really don't get too much of an idea of what exactly went on. Other than everybody's batshit crazy over some little silver chip. No, bunker buster you, baby. Look at that, I busted her bunker. Bunker being her brain. What's in here? Want some candy? Never mind. Yeah, this guy's always starving, bro. Oops. Aww. Booyah! Booyah, booyah, booyah. Booyah. Man, this guy sure did ram this car in here, lose control, and smash into here before eventually getting scrapped. He was like, I'm gonna survive the zombie apocalypse, and lasted about 65 seconds before smashing into that ultimately in the end. Back away, you freaks! You bunch of little bitches! Oh, God. Is it all over? It's all over. Boing, boing, boing. Ooh. Wrong spot. Oops. Still keep using that thingy. Whatever the thing it was. Well, as long as food lasts longer, I'm happy. Down, animal. It's a bit unfortunate I fell in this hole, but oh well. Having to collect all these beautiful resources. It's kind of hoping to find the batteries and whatever that I needed, but you know, again, I need to get a rechargeable wireless remote. You can't be relying on non-rechargeable garbage. Because if it's not rechargeable, it's not going to benefit me when I need it most. And that's the truth. I'll tell you that now for anybody who's wondering. If anything that you personally own is not rechargeable, or doesn't have a rechargeable lifespan, that means it won't last too long. And if you're constantly buying batteries to stuff into a flashlight or something like that, it's not rechargeable, you might as well just forget it. I'm not saying like the whole save the earth scenario, but what I'm getting at is that having rechargeable products does take away from all the bull crap in life. And a lot of the hassle. Now, when I say hassle, I literally mean the hassle of having to deal with buying more batteries. Personally don't like it because the older electronics get, the more they need to be thoroughly cleaned and have once-overs done. The more you have to perform once-overs in order to repair equipment, the longer it takes to use and the more power they consume. Sometimes a bad capacitor or a leaky capacitor can cause a battery charge to be drawn out faster, which would result in less time with your batteries on your game controllers and stuff like that. Inside of every game controller, there's bound to be small transistors and microcapacitors and stuff like that. If they go bad, you can guarantee that your game controller's power charge won't be holding for too much longer. Of course, there are people who say that that's not entirely the case, but most of the time it genuinely usually is the case. And on many rare occasions, it usually doesn't happen to always be the entirety of the case, but it just really depends. So, you know, in the context for anybody who's wondering. The best thing I'll tell you is this. If you're going to buy something that has battery power or is battery powered, keep in mind that not everything that's in there or on it or attached or even included may work. Now, if you're going out and you're buying those Family Dollar or Homeline brand batteries, those batteries, their original plastic covering with a logo and everything is usually removed. So if you're hoping that those quality batteries would hold a charge, they hold enough charge to power smaller objects, but not enough to power a game controller longer than 30 seconds. So there is some truth to it. I know some people are like, they don't want to spend the money, you know, to go buy more expensive batteries that'll power a game controller, but nowadays game controllers are run on electrical batteries that are external. They're designed to only work with specified batteries that meet the voltage requirement. Some companies are battery friendly and they let you use whatever batteries you want to use on them. Some companies are not, and they don't care if you got the money to buy the batteries brand new or if you can even buy name brand. So some companies don't do that. They don't give you universal function with batteries. Here in America, they're required to make controllers have a specified function when it comes to like battery operation. And it's just so that they can continue to sell you more batteries you really never needed. So consider it a bit of corporate greed if you buy a game controller and it runs on batteries and it's not, you know, rechargeable. And they charge you the extra $60 for a 75% life battery that might not even hold a charge. But you know, their excuse is it's hard to make rechargeable batteries. Yeah, it's hard to make rechargeable batteries for a game controller. Yet it's not too hard to charge a guy or a girl an incredible amount of money for such a small amount of time of usage. You know, some companies, and I'll straight up say this, with some of these companies that make game controllers, they will legitimately charge you like $60 or $70 to have a battery on a game controller that might not last you longer than an hour. And they try to feasibly pass it off as, you know, it's rechargeable. That's why it's 20, 60, that's why it's like $50 and $65. Yeah, but for $50 and $65 of quality, it didn't pay out too well. Ooh, a rank 3 machine gun, huh? Let's see, Batter Up Volume 3. What is this? Volume 5? Okay, I'll take it. There we go, 2 more pockets added to the repertoire. Boing, boing, boing. Ooh, the Art of Mining Volume 6. Avalanche. Well, yeah, it's something. You know, I'll tell you this, but some games give you bow and arrows and stuff like this, but the amount of damage you're dealing isn't even sufficient enough to combat even the infected. Come on, bro. You're literally blowing the enemy at this point. I think it's time you stop joking around with that crap. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, sometimes it's just like, it does make you think. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Meow. I don't know why, but that literally just brought up the idea inside of my head. And immediately after pressing that clown horn a couple of times, the first thing that came to my head was Marcel. Sorry, buddy. Uh, hmm. Well, I guess I suffocated my foot temporarily. Okay, we're going to this weird place over here. Just supposed to come over here and whack everyone, and then I'm gone. This will be a clean operation. I'm gonna do my first once over. Wow, as soon as I get off the bike. Oh god, I'm just like super thirsty, huh? Fucking bastard. The Zelensky writer. Potes. Come on, dude. If you only want to tear it apart this workbench, it's because it's going to come in handy. Yep. Do, 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 do. Come on, bro. It's not that hard. Come on, dude. Stop blowing the zombies. Fuck off, dude. Just fuck off. You're just trying to hand it to him every fucking time, dude. How the fuck you gonna miss that fucking close? Huh? Fuck off, man. Get tired of this hot water bullshit. It's never any goddamn fun with this life. It's always fuck Wobbly over. Hey guys, let's fuck Wobbly over. Woo! Literally. It's like I'm trying to make something with my life, and for some reason I've just been drained lately. Just entirely drained. I would say I'm making this shit up, but unfortunately I'm not. I've just been feeling extremely drained lately. Like I'm being robbed of any prosperous thought of making anything, even my own future. And it keeps interfering with me on a daily basis. Due to these parameters that I'm surrounded by, I'm very, very, very unhappy with the results of life. I've been constantly surrounded by this horrible negative environment. I could almost say that whatever this is that I'm experiencing is like cancer. That much I could iterate, is that it's almost like cancer. I already got plenty of that. Not enough to be suffice. Yep. What I'll do is reset it for Wobbly. Well, I'm gonna scrap that vehicle. I'm just gonna beat up everybody inside first. Get your ass over there. Yep. I better eat this, because somehow I know I'm going to get an STD from fighting things in here. Hi, little bastards. Over here. Come on, Sherlock. Alright. Well, managed to find a pipe bolt action rank 3. That's good enough for Wobbly. Boink. Boink. Boing. Ooh, I found a sledgehammer too. Nothing in the hole? Nope. No idea why that would break. It's not revealing anything. Oil recipe and an anvil. Increases production time by 50% or something like that. Oh, let's take a look at that. Yep. Get rid of that, obviously. Toss that out. Unnecessary. Ooh. Grandpa's learning elixir. I could smelt some of these objects down. I need to go put up some of it though. So, in we go. Wait, the meat stew. Just because I know this moron's gonna say he's hungry as soon as I get nearby my house, so it's best that I get it done and over with. And now for you. Need to scrap this vehicle entirely. Oh, rank 6 battery. Scrap polymers. Select headlight, oil. Before I collect anything else, and immediately trash all the excess into here. Boom. The future is nigh. I'm not entirely sure what will happen, but I know the future is nigh. Oh, I think that's not really good. If you like the music that I'm listening to it because I have nothing better to freaking listen to. And it helps me bypass time.
So, what are you buying? Wow, I didn't think you had it in you. Good job.
Yeah, no problem. Let me see your inventory. Would iterate that with another kind of particular word, but I don't think it would do me no good. Automatic weapons 5 and
Thanks for
Pistol
the
Pete
business.
Volume 2. So let's take
Stay
a look
safe
at
out
that.
there.
Automatic weapons handbook, nothing, and Pistol Pete, I got nothing. So those would be 2 books that I buy. 1 and 2. Looks like there's nothing else to it. This pipe
I hope
rifle,
you come back and see me sometime.
I'm gonna repair them and then I'm gonna sell them off along with my old claw hammer. Sledgehammer deals a lot of tower damage and it only works whenever sufficiently hitting a person in the head, so if you're hoping for anything else, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. 276. Let's see what happens if I click modify. 353. This will make me some coin back. 149 for this level 5 baton, which I can probably use to beat the crap out of most subjects. So I'll take that fortifying grip and give it an ergonomic with a fortifying grip attachment so I can beat up my enemies. You can take that, you can take that. This pipe rifle, you can take that as well. I have no use for it. All these brass radiators you can take. Would sell you the engine, but they're very valuable right now. This rank 6 battery is very expensive.
I hope you get feeling better.
I will. Let me pick up one more task from you.
I need someone who's willing to... Oh, this is a dangerous one. Try not to, get radiated.
Right. Okay. Oh, I tell you, it's not actually a great time sometimes. It's very hard to create content. Uh, yeah, I put Grand Ball's Learning Elixir over there. Got that over here. Some ammo, throw away the pipe bombs, put away the Molotovs, and the shotgun shells can chill out in there. This will chill next to the first aids, this will chill right here, ammunition's right there. We'll put the ammo over here. The ammo lamo. Fortifying grip. Got some pretty decent item attachments, weaponry items, whatever you want to call them, but they're not decent enough for real use because they're sort of impractical. Now the shades, art of mining, that. And well, these I need to put on. Cause I need that 10% freaking bartering rule or whatever. I'm gonna sell her both shades and all the crap. If I level up, I'm putting it into fortitude. Just so I don't have to worry about fortitude points, because it does take away from fortitude. So art of mining 6, which I don't think I have that.
The other day. You don't know anything about that, do you?
No. That one said perception, fortitude. Spear Hunter Volume 7.
Well, you just brightened my day.
I need to review that one.
You.
Spear Hunter Volume 7 didn't do it, huh?
Thanks for the business. We're open from dawn to dusk.
Let's see if we can squeeze out a bit more XP out of this lady and see if we can get it all worked out. Then again, I don't really need too much of anything. I already have enough. I don't even have the second perk even installed either. I'll take that to her along with that. I have plenty of brass for right now. Enough to chill out on. Look at that, 88. It's at like 88 miles per hour. Back to the future. Boop. Wobbly goes crazy. With Crazy Kenny. And there we go, pretty much back up to where I spent everything. Really, there's nothing much. I mean, how much is for all 83 pieces? 2,328? I mean, I could pick that up and go from there, but what good will that do me at the moment? I don't really have anything that could really use that.
Well, you just brightened my day. I'm glad I could help you.
Yeah, no problem, kiddo. Could use the ammunition, but unfortunately I don't have any use for it. At least not at the moment. I don't really have too much of a use for whatever it is that I'm doing. Let's just go fetch whatever that is and then hurry up and get on with my life. I got until 2200 hours anyways. For anyone who's wondering, this entire area has already been cleaned out prior. So if you're wondering, yeah, this whole area has already been cleaned out prior. Before, it's already been entirely cleaned out, like cleaned out, cleaned out. Looks like I picked up bar brawling again. Okay, so I picked up a wheel. That gas can recipe, bar brawling number 5. I already have that. Don't really need it. Away that. I got some painkillers from her. I didn't realize that. Okay. I got everything I could possibly need from this zone. Great, my fucking bike is stuck in this pile of shit. Yeah, I realize I'm encumbered, you jackass brainiac. No idea why you spawned a car on top of my damn bike. Jesus Christ. If I get there fast enough, I can get the XP. I would stick around and try to loot the freaking gas station again. But I'm not that down to stick around, because once it hits night, all those weirdos that are asleep there turn into ferals. And then it's not going to end too pretty for me.
Another stranger in need. Amazing! I hope you like your reward.
I don't think I have those schematics. And even if I do or don't, I'll figure it out.
Oh, thank goodness. I couldn't find anyone to do that job.
What is this? BI? Yeah, I already have that schematic apparently. According to this, it's already unlocked. Okay, I guess I'll sell it. Sell that. That was some quick coins. Gas can recipe.
Stay safe out there.
Just to let you folks know that Trader Joel's will be closing soon.
So reading it will only teach me how to craft it. I don't really need it then, I already have it.
Thank you so much. Hey, come again.
Yeah, no problem, Jen. Hopefully you got a full automatic assault rifle in there at rank 6 or something. I'll trade in all my handgun ammunition and literally 80% of my inventory just to get a hold of that material. Ain't nothing more special than a man and his AK-47. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, wow, look at that. The game's a brainiac. It was intelligent enough to throw it out of my inventory. Like that's where it was supposed to go. Oh, the game's so smart. Kind of reminds me of that meme on the internet. It was where Bowser said, "Oh, shit." When he realized he did something wrong.
Trader Joel's is now closed.
Got about 6 minutes or so in order to get that done. Cram that in there. Got plenty of cobblestone. I could begin finishing the production part of repairing the entire understructure of this base. course, I don't have a land claim block, so that's another issue. But then again, I'm so close to the trader, there's no way for me to actually implement it anyways. There's no way for anybody to implement it. Almost got 2 stacks of this stuff. Oh, that. Okay, now I can go back to burning. The bicycle right there. Ammunition wise, no 44 Magnum ammo. It's a waste. 44 Magnum ammo is a big waste if you don't have the material for it. Throughout the last few loot runs while playing this game on live streaming, while live streaming it, I managed to find some forged steel, which will come in handy if I need to forge a steel pickaxe or some kind of steel axe weapon or a steel sledgehammer. And I believe since the beginning of the first few streams, I've already sold whatever sledgehammer parts that I found for steel sledgehammers. So, you know, there's that too. Sort of crash dummied it, if you get what I mean. Yeah, for anybody interested in knowing about 7 Days to Die mods, there are mods, and there's one of them called Darkness Falls. If you play that one, it'll probably be as hardcore as it can get for anything that you will probably ever will engage in. And it'll probably be very nightmarish for those of you who want to actually play it. It's a whole new sick and twisted nightmare in that world. Gotta add more clay to the machine. Clay, a strange and yet subtle material. I think the only way to get the advanced bellows would be to find the schematic or to learn how to craft it, which I'm not entirely sure how that works. Yep, there you go. Advanced bellows schematic. Increases your smelting speed. Considering it takes 40 seconds to smelt down, I wonder if it gives me 40 or 60 pieces of clay. So about 41. $41 or was it 39? No, it was 40. So it's 40 for a clay pot. forgot what it was, but there were natural caves that actually existed in earlier variations of 7 Days to Die. So there were natural caves that did exist. I just don't know what happened to them. I think I remember like digging before into the ground and then just falling through. It's just like super weird though. Oh, and if you're wondering how the game works, you know how some maps are limited in size? There's like a really big barrier between point A and point B. And when I say barrier, I literally mean barrier. It's like the radiation zone. If you can travel fast enough, you can get out of the original zoned in area that you're actually in when it comes to the game. So, if you can travel fast enough, you can make it to the other side without dying from radiation poisoning. However, if you keep traveling and traveling and traveling, yes, you will end up outside the map. Yes, you'll be beyond the map. And the answer, if you're wondering if stuff continues to spawn in the map, well, the answer is yes. Technically, the 7 Days to Die map does expand further outward and beyond the actual map's creation. And it goes for a long while outside of the box, if I'm not mistaken. And the only thing you're going to see is probably cactuses and stuff like that. Or whatever's out there, like forest-based things, but everything beyond that point doesn't spawn in, and I'm not sure if I've seen a building beyond it either. But I've gone beyond the boundaries of the map before. It took a lot of attempts, a lot of tries, and it was really, really boring once I got to the other side because I realized there was absolutely nothing out there except for a long empty space of pre-generated crap that you wouldn't really have access to. So technically, if you render in the map, normally, like you render in the map at like maybe 512 by 512 or freaking, it would basically be like the map's rendered in by 5012 by 5012. Anything beyond 5012, like if you do a 10,000 by 128 and 10,000 by 128, so it's just like that. It's like 10,000 by 10,128 by 10,128, and you do a map that size, which is basically 10K plus. And then you look at the map's general design, its rendering size and functionality. That's as big as the map gets. However, if you're rendering the map on a much smaller form factor, like let's say a PC can't handle all the map generation or preload, and the PC runs slow, the general focus would basically run down to if the map can even be generated. Of course, every map is generated at the maximum page file size that is allotted by default. However, the accessible play area, including where buildings spawn in and everything, that all, and I'll tell you this, all of that from that point to there, where the border is, all of that doesn't exist once you hit the borderline. But once you go beyond the borderline is when things are different. You'll still have access to the standardized full 10K map. The only difference is there's absolutely nothing beyond that border. There's likely nothing beyond the border, and if you fly in long enough, maybe you'll find some command blocks or something above ground. Or you might find something else of interest. Like maybe a random building in the far edges that might tell you that you're not supposed to be there, and as soon as you touch the building or open the door, it instantly kills you. Who knows? If you played the Darkness Falls maps, then you would need a radiation suit, and you'll need the advanced radiation suit in order to enter some zones, because the radiation will be too strong for you. Unfortunately, the radiation suit provides you no armor at all whatsoever, and in order for the radiation suit to work, you need it to be from head to toe. So whenever you go into that place or that facility, you need to know that even if you're under the lake or under the buffer zone where the debuff is at, which is radiation poisoning, even if you're under that buffer zone, it'll still affect you even when you're making your way into the facility due to map rendering issues. So the buffer zone doesn't protect you entirely, but the radiation suit does have durability. So I learned that in Darkness Falls. That was back when I played it a lot. Once I had it officially, I actually was playing it quite often. Darkness Falls. I played it quite often, and I didn't really waste too much time with it, but I played it quite often. I had a lot of live streams. Back when I had a 7th gen or 10th gen Intel, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was a 77K series or something like that. 7700K or something like that. And it was Cabby Lake, 7th gen or whatever. It was a nightmare. But I did do an FPS test to see what it would be like during Horde Night. And this is just basic Horde Night, by the way, which isn't even massive whenever it comes to Darkness Falls. Now, Darkness Falls could revamp up the Horde Night to be much more massive, and you could have 64 enemies on screen. But if you're trying to melt your computer and stuff like that and start thermal throttling, you might as well just have all 64 enemies there and run the chance of the game crashing. Of course, when you start the game back up after you change the spawning settings, the system will update itself, change the amount of allotted enemies that appear, but the ones that were already spawned in, they'll be moved back like a couple of chunks back away from you. And then they'll render back in. You'll still have to deal with the original horde size. It's just it'll take them a couple of seconds to reappear. Which will give you plenty of time to run like hell if you were getting the shit beaten out of you. Which in one of my streams, I actually exited the game instead of letting it save. I closed it out, and then I started it back up just so I could cheat at one point during the Darkness Falls mod. And I decided to cheat the game out of killing me. And I survived the Horde Night by just exiting the game using the command, not command center, but using the task manager to end the program. So I was still in the middle of Horde Night. I was just not there, if you get what I mean. Whenever I respawned, I was still alive, healthy, and everything. But not really healthy. But with enough HP to run. Take a med pack, shoot a little bit, run again, take another med pack, and shoot a little bit. So it's a bit rough. The Darkness Falls mod, doesn't matter what level you are. You could have max stats, max skill, everything. But even with the most advanced armor available in the game, you can still get annihilated. And for me, I was never really able to make it to the power armor, so I couldn't figure out how to get to that. There are some advantages to the Darkness Falls map, and if you choose the Darkness Falls map to like play on, like there are several traders in that local area, and there's like one unanimous point where there's like a building full of 4 traders. You can go in there and trade with all 4 of them and get everything that you need. But these guys are all in the desert, and they're in this area that looks sort of like Las Vegas, Nevada. So they're just chilling there, and they're either gonna sell you some crap, or you're gonna struggle to get what you want from them. It's pretty much like the whole ordeal. They'll sell you some stuff and stuff. It's just like, it's like uber weird. And that was just like from my own personal experience, like uber weird. But it was enjoyable. Plus I used to hide there. I didn't have a house once I finally made it to where they were at, so I decided to hide there, and I put a bedroll on the roof, and I stayed on the roof for a little while. But then I quickly learned to not put a bedroll on the roof, because if you stay out there and you got your bedroll on the roof, the vultures, they're able to like vomit acid at you from the sky and pretty much annihilate your bed or whatever. You know, your sleeping bag as they call it, and destroy it entirely. So I put it like right in the middle at the bottom when I realized that they were shooting at me from the air. stuck in my sleeping bag inside one of the same rooms as the trader himself. Just walk in and out, buy stuff from them, and just go from there. It's a great tactic once you put your house like inside the trading area, but you can't really lay down anything. I mean, you could probably put down like maybe a bedroll, but I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while since I remember, and the rule sets were a lot different in that version of it when I was playing it. Which, like, I think Alpha 19 or 18, I can't remember which Alpha version it worked with at the time. But a lot of the rules had changed. And something you should know. When it came to Darkness Falls, that little building you see right here, right now, that entire establishment where the trader sits, it's entirely invincible in the original vanilla version of this game. That entire structure there is invincible. But in Darkness Falls, that entire structure you see there is not invincible, and it can be destroyed. The trader that lives there can be killed. So there are literal consequences if you don't armor up their place or where they're living. I think the very, very last time I was playing Darkness Falls was after I had to restart because the game had crashed and it corrupted the game file or whatever. And I couldn't load it up no more. So the very last game, I was actually in a little town sort of like this one right here. A little town like this. Pretty weird, pretty massive. But not that massive, but overall, same trading post. Okay, well, for anybody who's wondering, Wobbly needs to go to the bathroom really bad. So, Wobbly's gonna go do that. In the meantime, just gonna leave this running. Let Wobbly know in chat if there's a bunch of zombies attacking his house. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Anyone wondering what it is that I'm doing? Well, I'm just repairing and upgrading this base. Need to get as much of this stuff accomplished anyways. Okay. Crushed sand is necessary for that. Power tools and wheels, I can make those. Tripwire posts, triggers, pressure plates. And I need everything else in order to make everything else. That's kind of crappy. Robotic turrets are great. Still need gunpowder for that. Interesting. Hmm. I don't know what to think. I literally drew a blanket just now inside of my own head. It's been a minute since I've actually done that, just like completely spaced out. Actually, there we go. Just in case to get to the top and annihilate the wall or some shit like that. I can still technically defend my home. Oh, it's like I absorbed all of it. Okay, jackass. I'm gonna have to get rid of this shit. Kinda hoping to keep it there to keep the zombies out. Well, it's like I had to cut it out entirely. Man. Believe it or not, right now, I'm actually really tired. I just all of a sudden felt really tired for some reason, which is a little out of the ordinary. I knew it. Okay. Go ahead and harvest everything they got here. Oh snap, I didn't sign up. Well, for anybody wondering what games I used to play prior, I used to play, well, I used to play freaking Infra, for anybody who wanted to know. I used to focus quite heavily on playing Infra at one point. I genuinely liked playing Infra, mostly because of how weird it was. It was mostly about infrastructure and examination of, materials and stuff like that. It does teach some value about construction and generalized inspection of things, so the game's like more about awareness of when knowing a structure is failing or when it's unstable and not suitable for use. In a way, it's educational. Oh. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get this one, and the Daring Adventurer give me another option for crap. It's very important to get Daring Adventurer if you want extra loot out of performing everyday tasks. Come on, bro, there's no way you're missing that hardcore. Which means if he's right here and that guy's over there, that would mean that the other guy is sitting inside of one of those crates. And since I already checked the bottom one, he has to be sitting in the top crate. We'll go across the street too. Another rank 3 machine gun. Gonna repair it just to repair it. There's no actual or real reason why. Other than just to get it going. And pick this up just for materials. Oh. Looks like I found my first set of steel tool parts. That's good. Nope, nothing out of the ordinary. An empty chemistry station, I'm going to dismantle in hopes that I get something out of it. Hopefully the material to make my own chemistry station. Crap, that scared the shit out of me. Interesting. Never noticed that before. Let's go up. Close that. Jump here. Drop down right here. Grab that. Grab this. And we'll grab that. Mm-hmm. I'll have to keep that in mind.
Trader Joel's is now open.
Put that away. Mm-hmm. Put that in here too while I'm at it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Scrap, 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 scrap. Boop, 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 boop.
You're looking kind of rough. You didn't get bit, did you?
No, but I could think of a few words that rhyme with the word bit and end with ch. Just like, you're looking kind of rough. You didn't get bit, did you? Oh my god, a rank 3 pistol. 4128. Seems enticing. Mini bike chassis. I can already create a mini bike if I get enough coins. She's got a better bow, too, which will allow me to put more of the attachments I found. So it works out. I got the mini bike chassis, I create the handlebars, I got a mini bike and double the storage.
Now that was a good deal.
Oh yeah, that's
Trust
right.
me. I'm a doctor.
Yeah, 4320.
Remember me if you need medical supplies.
I will, Miss Jen. Bicycle handlebars, 3 duct tape, 9 short iron pipes, 3 springs. So springs, short iron pipes, leather, and duct tape, mechanical parts. So short iron pipe, springs, mechanical parts. Let's see, I need wheels, I need an engine, I believe I need a battery, so we'll take this one. And we need duct tape. And leather. Oh, I need mini bike handlebars. Boop. Mini bike handlebars. Headlight. 3 electrical parts. Yeah, I can create that. Headlight. Almost created the wrong item. Mini bike handlebars. Alright. I can create a bike. A better one. Too bad his bicycle has no price. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on this and we're going to see if we can smelt this. Too bad it doesn't give you the ability to scrap it. Once you make these vehicles, they're sort of like, well, crap-tastic quality, let's put it like that. Do 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 do. There we go. No? I can't disassemble it? Well, let me try my wrench. Keep beating it up and see what happens when it hits 0. It's 1160. Look at that. Triple storage. See what happens. Just gotta keep beating it up. Okay, well, I'm not going to break it down any further. I don't want to waste my time. I'll have to go loot that other place later. I'm going to have to go take off on a mini bike. And go finish another job first. By the way, for anyone wondering if this is how Wobbly would act during the zombie apocalypse, the answer is yes. I would act like that because it gives me the highest probability of survival. Yep, I definitely loot my neighbors' homes, take all the food, all the material that they had available, even if it's clothing. I take whatever, because if they're already dead, they're not going to need the clothes, they're not going to need the food, they're not going to need the water. So keep that in mind. If your whole neighborhood turns into a zombie apocalypse, don't just let anybody move in. Most people mean peace in the beginning, but once they feel like you've overstayed your welcome in your own neighborhood, they'll try to throw you out. Because they're going to be like, this person lives in paradise with all this food and water they got stocked up here. There was a kid starving to death, yeah, I'd offer him water. And I give him a hot plate of food. So, you know, I'm not entirely heartless whenever it comes to the design of humans. Rotted flesh is sort of useless unless I have the sham. The freaking, what's it called? The sham company's freaking secret recipe, which requires rotten flesh. Ooh, another pistol. I'm very confused as to why I'm shooting everything that I technically need. Like, I technically need every bullet that's in my gun. I don't know why I'm blowing off rounds here and there. Should be doing that with the bow. All you gotta do. Imagine that. This actually reminds me of a weird joke that ran between me and my friend. Imagine if people were on freaking Steve Harvey's game show, which I'm not sure if it's The Price is Right, or was it something else? Like, it was pretty weird. Like, there was also another joke that I had with me and him, and it was about the Wheel of Fortune. Imagine if you're on the Wheel of Fortune or something like that. Like, imagine you're on the Wheel of Fortune, and every time you spun the wheel, you had to punch the person right next to you just relentlessly, just non-stop wailing until the wheel completely came to a stop. There was also something about Steve Harvey. There was a joke about Steve Harvey too. But I forgot what Steve Harvey was hosting. It's like, with your host, Steve Harvey. These motherfuckers won't let me out of my contract. I gotta deal with these crazy motherfuckers. That's literally something he said on TV, mumbling to himself. Steve Harvey, a man who wanted to do game shows as a last minute thing. But personally, he even wrote a book where he tried to, go out about how the business had him in sort of a binding contract that he couldn't leave. And it was just really hard at some point for me to, like, look at that stuff. Like, I understand some people end up in binding contracts and things don't really work out too well. That's a fact for anybody who's wondering. Sometimes people do end up in binding contracts where they can't get out of it. And even if they wanted to, they wouldn't be able to. Needle and Thread, Volume 7. We'll take a look at that. Nope, I already know that garbage. Don't need that. Not gonna need that, so I'm gonna put that right there. But yeah, this is just like something I personally want to like point out. You know, though it seems a little weird and a little out of the ordinary for a television producer or, I guess, game show host to be talking about how he's stuck in a contract that he can't get out of and is making jokes about it. People think he's making jokes about it and people think he's laughing, but the honest truth is that Steve Harvey was indeed in a contract that he could not get out of due to substantial prior agreements. So, you know, although it sounds like a joke, it's the cruel, ugly truth. The guy was unhappy with his life, and he realized he couldn't get out of the contract. Like some people would say, such is the price for fame. That's a fact, if you're wondering. Fuck off. You fucking did that shit on purpose. Fucking sorry ass game. Oh. Oh, he's winning too much. Let's let that son of a bitch get a sucker punch off on him. Oh, and just to piss him off even more, we'll make it happen right at close range. Unbelievably close range. Oh, while we're at it, we'll take a shit in his Cheerios too. I have no idea why there are nails in there for. I don't need these really anymore. Don't really need that. The rest I could iterate an example of, but I'm not really too interested in going into that function. You know, there's actually a Reddit online and stuff like that. I do genuinely enjoy watching other people's content. I watch Dahi Denove, the Gaming Terrorizer. I watch Vanos Gaming. I watch Beautiful OB. I'm usually there for his live streams. I'm mostly silent, since I'd rather be silent Wobbly than to be really saying anything at all. But you know, I support my creators. You know, not my creators, but I support other creators. Sometimes complete silence. Sometimes I'll bring it up on the internet if I'll buy some Spy Cakes merch. Sometimes I won't. Because not every purchase needs to be advertised. So, you know, I'll point that out. Yeah, I buy Spy Cakes merch. If you're wondering about any other kind of merch like Komodo Gaming merch, Beautiful Obi merch, I've purchased some merch, but for some reason it has not made it. Of course I can talk with the devs online to the store, but this all boils down to whether or not if my property was genuinely stolen off of, well, stolen from the front of the house and taken to some illicit location I know nothing about. Man, what the fuck? Fucking sorry ass game. Nah, I figured your bitch ass would try something stupid like that with that dog shite. Look at that shit. Literally close range crap. Be satisfied if I find a toilet handgun. But you know, the odds of finding one of those second time are pretty slim to none. Not gonna lie, it's very slim to none finding another toilet pistol. Would be nice though. Hey, but a guy can only dream, right? Oh, screw off. Now you're just trying to do that shit where you're trying to rip me off and get me infected, you little fucker. I already know your bullshit game. You ain't fucking with me on that shit. Oh, I'm cucumbered. Oh, cucumbered. I don't think that safe was there the last time I smashed that painting. So on the upside, there was something that was beneficial. Or did I not smash this thing the last time I was in here? I probably didn't smash it the last time I was in here. Oh, wow. Oh god, look. All of a sudden. Magical thirsty Ray me. Squidward, I used a clarinet to unclog my toilet. Go rob a bank like SpongeBob, facing the opposite direction of the teller, telling him to put the money in the bag. You know, I've actually tested that theory of walking into a bank with literally a freaking brown sack. I just remember after checking my account and whatever, and they were just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, hey, can I get $20 out of my account? Like, why? I gotta pay the dude for gas outside. And I turn around, there's like two nasty, ugly looking cops standing behind me, just looking at me. And I said, can I help you two dumb fucks? I said, no. Get the fuck out of my way. That's literally when I had a Wells Fargo bank account. I had a brown bag or whatever. It was sort of massive, but it was mostly filled with leaves from the last job I had. Completely forgot to put it down and leave it inside the car. Whatever. Still had to pay that week's gas or whatever for going from point A to point B. But what I'm getting at is this. That's pretty much how I responded to those two individuals who were standing behind me with the guns, and the other one had his hands on handcuffs. already in hands, and I'm just looking at him like, some old racial profiling kind of shit going on there. I ain't even here to rob the bank, and I just came in with a bag. Doesn't mean I'm a criminal. Get what I mean? You know, in this world, people are just itchy trigger finger having people, and they just want to shoot somebody. A lot of people out there like that. You know, it's just somehow that's how the world turned out. So, you know, if you're gonna walk into a bank, leave the bag inside the car and don't walk in like I did. And then have two dumb people standing behind you with their hands over guns and handcuffs already ready to go. Talking about I'm under arrest for instigating a robbery. I said, one, I came in here, gave her my ID, gave her all the necessary and proper paperwork, and there was no robbery instigated or even assembled. You know, it was sort of annoying, but telling two cops to like fuck off and stuff like that, sort of like that. But you know, it goes to show that there's a bit of racial profiling involved nowadays with how they like to identify criminals. Dirty, covered in something, always enters in with a bag or wearing a mask. And these are like the stereotypes. Like these are unbelievably realistic stereotypes that are in the training. They always say always be vigilant. Stuff like that, but you know, I failed to see what I did wrong, which was practically nothing. All I did was come inside of the place with a bag. There was nothing else, but you know, people are always trying to instigate the opposite, saying that I came here and then try to get the teller to jump in on it with them. It's like, yeah, this bank teller is not going to get on my bad side. I said, this person already personally knows who I am. I said, and they even know it's in their best interest not to lie. And I said, because there are severe consequences when people lie about me. I even told her that, you know, there's severe consequences when people lie about what I do for a living, or the kind of person I am. A lot of people I know are like, yeah, we know. Oh, I'm sorry, man. You're not happy with your life or something? Get out the property, freak. My house wasn't built to please you. But yeah, it's just personal stuff. I would say that, you know, I had a great childhood, but that would be a freaking lie for anybody who's wondering. I don't always talk about bad things, but I'm just talking about what genuinely goes on in my life, or what has gone on in my life. It's not always doom and gloom, but sometimes it just seems like it really just genuinely is. And there's not much that I could really say anything about it. I mean, I could say that I had a great childhood. Everybody was happy, and we all wore rose-covered glasses. And when the bombs fell, we all just imagined it never happened for the next 33 years. You know, at that point, that's like serious rose-covered glasses because you're denying a crucial fact of evidence. And said crucial piece of evidence would indicate that there was at some point peace and then nuclear war. But oh, everybody just had a happy time. Nobody died. saying stuff like that and completely ignoring the fact a horrible disaster unfolded would be like #1 on a lot of people's lists of, you know, things like that they would probably hit you in the face for because you're denying the fact that certain events unraveled. I mean, I wish I had happier things to say in my life, but you know, it's a lot harder than you think. It really genuinely is a lot harder than you think.
I knew you had it in you. Good work. I had a good feeling about you. Good luck.
Yeah, just take my advice. The world's pretty weird. And when I say
Alrighty then.
weird, I mean
Stay safe
weird.
out there.
I could say that I had the world's most unique lifestyle, but it's not really unique. Most of the things I talk about are really more or less the bad events in my life. The more I ventilate it out, the more my life just decompresses, and it's like, you know, it isn't like that, where it always floats around. It's sort of like doom and gloom for like weeks. I'm pretty happy as an individual outside of the gaming universe, but for some reason it's just like whenever I'm on here, it just seemed to be like doom and gloom, which I couldn't possibly understand why. If you're wondering why, it's probably because of some shit that's going on in my genuine existence that could be affecting my ability to just let it go and walk away. Or maybe something's causing it to unearth it. Well, it should stay buried. Because if you talk about something that should stay buried underground, the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to stay stuck with it. And it's never going to end. Look at that, a rank 6 pipe pistol. Corn kernel recipe. Tell you what, when your assimilation con las plagas is over, I'll have you serve as my bodyguard. Wow, that was a crap drop. Slack jaw rolling, land. Boo doo 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 doo. Shitting inside of a bottomless pit. Drive a little, drive a little, drive a little, fart top rolling, yeah. Yeah.
We've got the best prices in the wasteland.
I'd love to have this pipe pistol. It's a 38.4 versus, well, not really anything. This pipe pistol would benefit me quite a bit because of the amount of attachment slots that are available, But I do need to check to see if you got any particular type of handgun pieces or stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
I just knew you'd find something you'd like. If you find any extra medicine out there, I'll buy it off you for a discount.
She's like, if you find any extra medicine out there, I'll buy it off of you for a discount. Yeah, there ain't no discounts in my unitary department. If you're gonna buy medicine that I found out there in the wasteland, you're gonna comp out some pretty big dollars. You're gonna comp out some booty for Wobbly. I ain't giving you no damn medicine in the middle of the wasteland. Especially not no antibiotics. I ain't comping out medicine. Not no zombified wasteland. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Ain't doing that. That'll be death sentence right there. You're like some shit like that. I remember the joke. It was on Gumball. They were making a joke about it or something like that. Do a whistle or some shit. And then he'd do that crazy shit, and then it was funny because the girl would punch him in the face and he'd get knocked the fuck out. 10 parts. I have 2 to spare over. Let's see what I need to make this. "20 forged iron, 4 duct tape, scrap polymers, and springs." Springs, let's see. Duct tape, scrap polymers, and making a better handgun. The higher quality handgun, the more parts I'm gonna need. Oh. I'm genuinely exhausted still. Probably have to put the streaming portion to an end once I'm done with all this, so I'm gonna smelt the material that I need smelted. I'm gonna take these trophies out. They're no use there. I also need to take that clay out as well. Fully 31, take 32 out. "43 seconds. I'm gonna melt down this material. I'm gonna go finish that loot run at that garage or whatever. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. I'm gonna put some videos up on the upload. Tomorrow there'll be a video up and available at 7 in the morning. Not sure if it would be even remotely good quality for anybody who's actually going to watch it, if they do. I'm just genuinely exhausted. Content creation does take a toll on me, and it does reduce a lot of my genuine health. So if you're wondering what it does to me, it genuinely just dwindles down my health. It's sort of like I'm playing Legend of Zelda and my HP keeps going down. So, I mean, I could, like, iterate it for you or something. But it's just, like, really, really heavy on me. Streaming, creating content, searching for a job opportunity, and everything is just it's taking its tolls. It's really beating up my mind. I'm not getting no peace either. Nevertheless, I still keep pushing forward. Ooh. Sometimes it feels like society in itself as a whole is too much for me. Which is why I usually stay pretty seldom. Society also includes family, so... You know, sometimes I don't talk to nobody because I just don't feel like it. It's socially taxing and emotionally taxing to be social. I can barely handle 40 seconds nowadays socializing with individuals. I'm nice enough to let people complete their job if they're at the job, but I'm not going to rush them with completing anything. They're normal people to me. I personally don't communicate too much with them. It's not out of spite or hatred, I just don't communicate too much with a lot of people. Socializing is extremely taxing on my existence. It's always been a part where my brain breaks, especially on a language barrier part when I socialize. I might say something that makes absolutely no sense or has no meaning at times. It's not because I'm losing it or something like that. It's just the fact that there's like a literal limitation to my capacity. Once I reach that socializing limit, I'm completely limited on what I can say, do, and it's just like... You think it'll get better, and then you just realize it's not getting better, it's deteriorating even further. And that's what really makes some people's heads spin, is that when the situation has deteriorated to the point where the person's unable to be normal. Like, I've had genuinely some people I've been friends with in my life. And they were scared for my life because, like, socializing was genuinely just ruining my health. People began noticing that I was more irritated, that I was heavily unwilling to communicate with people, that I wasn't really willing to deal with it all together as a whole. The truth is, it takes a lot of a number out on me. Now, if you're wondering about statistical functions and other things like that, personally, I just completely woke up from literally just playing this music from Worms Armageddon. Completely perked me up. So, you know, there was a perk to playing this music. And I don't know, I guess Worms Armageddon is the way for me to go if I want to really have an enjoyable experience with streaming quality creation. And then again, I was really good at playing Worms Armageddon, and it was genuinely my go-to game. Especially with Worldly Escape. Since, you know... I guess a genuine standing point would be, since nothing was really in good standing whenever I was younger, Worms Armageddon was my go-to de-stress unit. So, you know, there you go. If you're wondering what was happening with me, why I was just like drained in general, well, there you go. Spear Hunter 5. Increases spear attack speed. Gonna collect this for short iron pipes and freaking springs. Like more rifle parts, which is necessary. Oh, Bone Knife, Bar Brawling Volume 2, and Armored Pocket Mods. So let's take a look at Bar Brawling Volume 2. Don't have it, so we'll consume it right away. Here they got max perks. Oh. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do. And let's see if we can find myself some, I guess, original soundtracks of something. Please let there be a helmet light mod in here. But drink this, chance of dysentery is way too high. Lucky Looter Volume 2. That's what it is. Lucky Looter Volume 3. Right now I got quite a bit of what I wanted. Once I'm done clearing this place out, this place might become my new base. It's better I just drive back, otherwise the lack of stamina could slow me down when I need to do some more materialistic work. Okay, this isn't what I want to do. Fuck off, you little shit. Jesus Christ. This entire place you see here is more of an in case of emergency situation. Relax, it's a zombie. It's not a human. Zombies don't have rights anyways.
Meds, drugs, booze. I've got it all.
Did she just mention a boob joke? Meds, drugs, boobs. She's got it all. Yeah, I guess, if you want to offer Wobbly a piece. Too bad they don't let you do that in this game.
I hope you come back and see me sometime.
Yeah, you keep saying that stuff, but yeah, that's never an option in the game. Affection. Something is never really an option in the game. By the way, if you ever buy flowers for your girlfriend or anything like that, and then as you present it to her, if you see anything out of the ordinary, like maybe bugs flying out of it all of a sudden like bees, is because somebody's fucking with you. Meaning that they're trying to keep you from having something they don't. So keep that in mind. Okay. That has been Wobbly's 7 Days to Die stream. I'm sorry that the stream is ending. And there's absolutely nothing you could do. If you wanted me to stick around a little longer or whatever, I wish I could. But right now I've reached the threshold of amount of energy I have to expend for right now. So I'm going to take some time to do whatever, cool off, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to chill out. Thanks for tuning in to Wobbly. Enjoy the sleeping Wobbly. Because, yeah, why not? Goodbye. Have a good night.